What it is, guys, it's your Dino. We're back at again with another review, so let's just get straight into it. This review is for the Temple of. Now we're going to kick it straight off with the accessibility. As you guys know it, that's how we do. And basically this one is an absolute failure. It has zero accessibility, zero controller support. It is not made in any way accessible for anyone with a disability. I did struggle with this game quite a bit. And the gameplay you're seeing is of a fresh playthrough on my actual account on Steam, which is the same name as the channel, GrimlockePrime. And I always do all my game testing and evaluations based off of my secondary account, which I don't tell anyone about because there are some games that have NDAs on those, so I don't talk about those. And there are lots of hours of gameplay in this game, and I found a lot of bugs, and I will get into that in the gameplay section in a moment. But the requirements for this game are a second gen Intel with 2 gigs of RAM and 512 megabytes of GPU capacity. It doesn't require a lot. If you want to get the recommended specs, it requires double of what the minimum specs are, and it still doesn't run great. So we'll get into the gameplay now, and I will go into more detail for that one for you. So the gameplay is not great. It comes out the box, as so to speak, that the game runs straight away at ultra. Now I have a 2700X and a 2060 GPU, so it should have handled this game no problem. But for some weird reason, this game doesn't like being run at anything other than low, because if you run it anything higher, I discovered that there was frame rate issues. It behaved anomalous, so you could load it up one time, play it, and it would run fine at medium or any of the other settings, and then you'd load it up again and play it again, and that same exact area you'd done will have issues and it will run really jankily. Now I do honestly think that this game was designed and developed in mind for VR because of the way the UI works and the way certain interactions happen within the game. It is very clunky on mouse and keyboard, even though it says that it only supports mouse and keyboard. I honestly think that this game is designed and aimed at being played on VR headsets, because for some weird reason the processing on my PC just didn't seem to work well with this game. It just seemed that the game behaved in very anomalous ways, and I don't know why. I did try and reach out, I got no response, but it's one of those. I don't think that this game is something that I would honestly recommend to anyone who intends to play it on the mouse and keyboard and on their PC. You have to be playing this on VR. You have to be using VR for this, because I think that is the only way that it will actually run the way it's intended, because it has these really weird behavioral things. That being said, that's where my perspective on this. I'm not really one for those sorts of games, and I'll get into my final thoughts now, and this is going to be a long one because there are a lot of thoughts here. I think that this is a game by a brand new developer. I think that a Temple of Productions self-published and self-developed the game. It could be a small in-house team of one, but it feels like it's their very first game, and they haven't optimized it for the right kind of thing, because it has a lot of anomalous behavior based on what I experienced. Now I did try this on a friend's console, on a friend's PC who has a newer CPU from Intel, and they have a 3080, and they ran into the exact same problems. They have an 11th gen CPU, and they have the 3090, and they were just running the game. They weren't even recording. I was sat there watching them play it, and it ran very brokenly. I feel like this game needs a lot of optimization and it needs a lot more updates. I do not think that this game is ready to be the first product that this developer puts out, because it doesn't show what they could be capable of. It's very janky and it doesn't seem to run right. I feel like they need to go back to the drawing board and really think about how they want to approach this, because don't get me wrong, the premise of going through tombs and doing a roguelite in a temple situation does sound kind of interesting, very Indiana Jones. You can even see that on the artwork for the game on the Steam store. I will be linking that in the description for you guys. And I also say thank you to everyone who Dino smashes that like button. It really does help the channel. It's just, this game doesn't feel like it's 100% there. It feels like it's at best 40, maybe 50% there. It's got a lot more to be developed on, and it's like a proof of concept kind of game for me. I don't think I would recommend this game to anyone as like this is something that you would enjoy. I feel like this is something I would probably say, hey, you might like the concept of this, you might want to look it up. Or if you are a VR user, this might be something that you could enjoy. It feels like it would run better on VR than it would on anything else. However, this is not a game I could recommend to anyone. This is a game that I wouldn't recommend to anyone unless they are using VR. It's just not there. It's a nice entry for them to wet their beak on, but I think that they need to come up with something a little bit more stable. Maybe dial it back from this full 3D procedurally generated kind of thing. It's just not there. It's not in the cards for them, in my opinion. I feel like they did a very good job of trying, but it's just not 100% solid, in my opinion. I do feel that some of the concepts that they have are very nice. Like, I like the idea of being a person who does like the whole Indiana Jones thing, and you get to discover the secrets and stuff like that is a novel idea, but it needs more to it. Even the map in the bottom left hand corner seems a little bit jank, if you know what I mean. It seems like it's not even fleshed out, that they're just squares on the map, and a lot of the maps over like areas seem to not sit right, so it causes some anomalous movement. That's just my opinion, guys. Please let me know what you think. If you like the video, let me know by hitting that like button, leaving a comment and telling me what you think. Or if you don't want to leave a comment and tell me something, just leave an emoji or a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It really does help. Any engagement is greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching, guys. Be safe, be well, have fun gaming, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Take care.